Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Mika, and here on my channel I do all things fragrances. Today I thought I'd bring you a lineup that is perfect for spa-like fragrances. These fragrances will remind you of going to a spa and enjoying all of the ambiance that the spa has to give. So if that piques your interest, then stay tuned. I like to first start by sharing my scent of the day, which is the Scent of Peace by Bond No. 9. And this fragrance here is a fruity, fresh fragrance. It still goes with the spa theme. It has lily of the valley, it has a nectar-like quality, and it has cedar, but it is so light. The woodiness in here is so light. It just reminds me of tranquility. That's what this fragrance gives me. And again, this here is my scent of the day, and this here is the Scent of Peace by Bond No. 9. Let's get into our lineup. I have 13 fragrances here with 2 honorable mentions, only because these 2 beautiful gems are discontinued. You may still be able to find them, but I thought it was worth sharing with you because they are, like I said, they are gems to me, and it is such a shame that these 2 honorable mentions are discontinued. I do wish that they will be brought back, but you never know. To start our list, I will begin with Wulóng Chá by Nishane. This is my favorite fragrance to wear in the humid weather. This is an aromatic green unisex fragrance. It's clean and it's fresh from the oolong tea as well as the citruses, and I might say that this lasts a long time. I get 8+ hours with this fragrance, and I also love the fig in here as well as the musk. The musk is real light and the fig is not overbearing with a lactonic sense to it, and that's one of the things that I have to be careful with fig, is because sometimes it can be too lactonic, but this is just right. The vibe is a relaxing vacation in Japan where you're sitting near some beautiful citrus trees and you're sipping on some tea. That's the vibe that this fragrance gives me. Just a photorealistic fragrance that just brings you back to the smell of tea. My husband and I are big tea drinkers, and I say they have captured it 100%. Very photorealistic. And I just love wearing it, not only in the humidity, but I also like wearing it when it's raining outside. This is just a gorgeous fragrance to wear. Very spa-like, but I do not think that this is a great blind buy. I do think that you should try this before you purchase it, only because some people don't vibe with the fig, some people don't vibe with the spices that are in here, as well as the heavy tea note. If you're a tea lover, you may be safe blind buying this, but if you're not a big tea fragrance lover, then you may want to try a sample of this first. Once again, that is Wulóng Chá by Nishane. This next fragrance is something that I also wear when it's hot and very humid outside, and this here is 1872 for Women by Clive Christian. I wear this mainly when it's humid. We get a lot of humidity here in Georgia, but it is so fresh and light. I believe the freshness comes from the zingy citruses. It has pineapple. It also has rosemary, lily of the valley, sandalwood, and a beautiful musk, light musk in here. The dry down has many stages with this fragrance. It will take you on a journey, and at the end of the wear, it becomes a beautiful skin scent. It lasts fairly long. I get about 6 to 8 hours with this fragrance, and it projects on me good as well. Again, this here is 1872 for Women by Clive Christian, another great light and airy spa-like fragrance. This next fragrance just gives me so many nostalgic feelings when I think of this fragrance. And I have so many scent memories with this fragrance. When I lived in Washington, I actually lived on Bremerton Island, and I commuted every day to Seattle. And this fragrance just gives me the feeling of nature. And this here is Wood, Sage, and Sea Salt by Jo Malone. This evokes a feeling of being one with nature. It's amazing, but unfortunately it's very fleeting. I do not wear this out. I mainly wear this at home because you're only going to get maybe about 2 hours, if that, with this fragrance. You do have to top off, but it is just, it's just the scent. I can't explain it. It is something that just is so nostalgic for me. It reminds me of the nature when I lived in Washington and the saltiness from the water. It was just a very refreshing feeling, and I was one who loved the saltiness from the sea, and this fragrance gives me that without being too marine-like. It has a very aromaticness to it. It's sweet, it's musky. I love the light sage in here, but again, this is very fleeting. You will be disappointed if you are trying to, you know, get projection and performance wearing this out. So the bottles are pretty small where you can put it in your purse and freshen up. I don't wear this out. I wear this at home only because I know that it is very fleeting. So again, this is Wood, Sage, and Sea Salt by Jo Malone. This next fragrance, I'm going to do my best to pronounce it, and it is L'Imperatrice by Dolce & Gabbana. And this here is a floral, aquatic, unisex fragrance. And the best way to describe it is just think about watermelon infused water, a watermelon note, and you can smell the melon. It's a great freshie for the summer. I also like wearing this in the high humid heat, and it's a standout in my collection. I don't have anything else that smells like this, and from the moment that I sprayed it, I knew that this was the one. It is a all-time go-to for the summer weather. I love taking this out on holiday, and it just has a balance of sweetness and tartness at the same time, but still being fresh. But I love the sweetness from the watermelon feel. This is my only fragrance in my collection that has the note of watermelon. I haven't found anything else that can top this. Again, this here is just a beautiful floral aquatic. Both men and women can wear this, but this is L'Imperatrice by Dolce & Gabbana. This next fragrance is just so pretty. I love wearing this to bed. It is gorgeous for this time of weather, and it just reminds me of spa. And this here is Fleur de Bamboo by Profumo. This has notes of bamboo, lotus, water lily, rice, and ivy. It's so gentle and solar. It's a very sexy and green, airy fragrance to me. It sits close to the skin after about an hour. And the water lily and the bamboo just gives it this great freshness. And I love the rice note in here. That's going to be my next video. I have to show you all of the fragrances that I have that have a beautiful note of rice in it. But this is just so creamy from that rice. The rice gives it this creaminess without being lactonic. It's very beautiful and just very feminine at the same time. I love this fragrance, and it's just beautiful. It's gorgeous. This here is Fleur de Bamboo by Profumo. This next one is one of my all-time favorites. I love Tom Ford. I don't think Tom Ford can do anything wrong in my book, but this here is one of his fragrances that I fell in love with. There's a long line in this collection, but this is the one that I love from the aquatic collection of Tom Ford. Flor de Portofino Acqua by Tom Ford. Beautiful blue bottle. The fragrance smells just like the color of the bottle. I love this in the humidity. It is great in the hot weather. It doesn't suffocate you. It has a sophisticated wateriness and a floral combination that just, it opens a bit sweet, and then the citruses come through, and that orange blossom in here, the jasmine, it dances so well together. This just reminds me of being very carefree, just not having an agenda. I love wearing this on rainy days as well. It's capable of transporting your senses somewhere dreamy. That's the vibe that this fragrance gives me. And again, this here is Fleur de Portofino Acqua by Tom Ford. This next one is also a go-to, and this is just spa in a bottle to me. This here is Versense by Versace, and this is a soft floral green woodsy fragrance. Very green. It just gives me fresh and energy. That's the vibe that I get from this. It's just energizing. It reminds me of the Mediterranean. Like you're sitting next to lemon trees. It's crisp, it's clean, it's elevating. I always get my mood elevated when I wear this. It just gives you a zing. I love the citruses in here. It also has fig and it has pear. It's unisex. Don't let the florals fool you. This here is very much unisex. It has a great balance. It is just awesome. This smells so good on a man. But women can wear this too, but I think that a man pulls this off even better. Again, this is Versense by Versace. This next fragrance is newer to my collection, and I've had it on my wish list for a while, and when I got it, it did not disappoint whatsoever. And this fragrance here is Torino22 by Xerjoff, and this is an invigorating fragrance. It has saffron, I love saffron, eucalyptus, bergamot, mate, clary sage, gaiac, and gaiac wood. I think this is one of Xerjoff's masterpieces in his collection. You don't hear too many people talking about this one in particular. You get a creamy sweetness in the opening. Then the freshness comes from the clary sage. And then that eucalyptus shines through. Oh, this smells so fresh. This is a spa. This is a spa in a bottle. That light musk, it's so androgynous. It doesn't smell like a women's scent, and it doesn't smell like a men's scent. It is gorgeous. This is beautiful. If you can get your hands on this, I highly recommend it. This here is one of my all-time favorites. It is just when you want to chill and relax. This is Torino22 by Xerjoff. This next one is an all-time favorite. It was a cheapie. I think I got it for $17. It was less than $20, but I love it. And this here is CK Into You For Her by Calvin Klein. And it has pink grapefruit, bergamot, Sicilian bergamot. It has red currant leaf, the note of cactus. That's what drew me in, was that cactus note. And it also has orchid, vanilla, and amber. It's described as a fresh floral with a woody base. Oh, that smells so good. It has a great price tag. It is worth a blind buy because it's under $20. You can't go wrong. But this is so good. I do think that men can wear this, even though it says for her, a man can wear this. I don't think I will ever get through this bottle. It feels like it is so much. But this here is 150 milliliters. It's just clean, light, refreshing. It doesn't last. It lasts maybe about 4 hours. And then it feels so cooling in the heat. It's like you're burning up, and this just mists you and cool you off, and you see your temperature go down. It just starts off bright, and then it becomes a very refreshing skin scent, like second skin. And I think it's like your skin, but better, with a nice little refreshingness to it. I think you can find this like at Burlington or at a Ross, but this is my all-time favorite, and again, it's under $20. This next one is an OG in my collection. I love this at first sniff, and this here is Fujiyama Success de Paris. This is an EDT. I don't have very much left. It's a floral woody musk. It has green notes. It has Brazilian rosewood, orange, rose, cedar, musk, oak moss, sandalwood, and amber. It is just so tender. It has a slight powderiness to it. It has a slight powderiness to it from the sandalwood, and it says it's for women, but I think that this can be worn by men and women. It is very much unisex. It's pleasant, but to me, this is sexy. This is sexy for spa-like vibes. It's great for the summer, and this lasts all day for me. I get 8+ hours with this fragrance without having to top it off. And it's just reminiscent of CK1, but just sweeter to me. This is always going to be in my collection as long as I can get my hands on it. And I think this is also something you can find like at a TJ Maxx or maybe at a Ross or Burlington Coat Factory. But this is Fujiyama Success de Paris. This next one is also a cheapie. I think this one was also under $20, but I used to be a light blue intense person until I got this fragrance, and then once I got it, I stopped wearing light blue intense. This replaced it for me, and this here is Cheap and Chic I Love Love by Moschino, and this is a floral, woody, musky fragrance. It has grapefruit, orange, lemon, red currant, sugar cane, lily of the valley, tea rose, cinnamon, musk, and cedar. It is just so fresh and just sparkling to me. Picture light blue intense, but more of the citruses from the like grapefruit, that orange, and that lemon, but it has more of a sweetness to it than the light blue intense. It's not too sweet, even though it has a note of sugar cane. This is not too sweet, and this is for those stifling summer days, and when I say stifling, I mean just muggy. I replaced light blue intense and I have no regrets. I don't miss it. This is just great. I really do like it. And again, I think this was under $20. I've seen this on FragranceNet, but this again is Cheap and Chic I Love Love by Moschino. This next fragrance just reminds me of the bottle. It really smells just like the bottle. And this here is Nell by Mimo Paris, and if you can see, it has the clouds and the gold, and it's just cloud-like. I can't put another adjective to describe it. It just smells like clouds. If clouds had a smell, that's what this would remind me of. The visual that comes to mind is you're sitting by the lake and the sky is blue with the beautiful white fluffy clouds, and it has notes of bergamot, osmanthus, iris, artemisia, mint, spices, musk, and cedarwood. The osmanthus gives us this smoothness. I think that's the cloud-like feel. Then you have the dry elements from the mate, and it's just very relaxing to wear. It's very unusual. I don't have anything in my collection that smells like this. I've tried to put my finger on it and I just can't name anything that comes close. It's just a fruity, mild floral that is just beautiful. This is gorgeous. I get moderate wear with this, as well as I would say mild to moderate projection. It just smells real cloud-like and just fluffy. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it just smells fluffy to me. And then again, this is Nell by Mimo Paris. Last but not least, before I get to the two honorable mentions, is a fragrance that I love wearing when it is humid and most of all when it's raining. This is my rain go-to fragrance, and this here is Gucci Memoire d'un Odeur. I tried to pronounce it. I don't speak French, but I did my best. And this is by Gucci. And what made me buy this is that the nose behind this is Alberto Morales, and as you may know, he's one of my favorite perfumers, and he does the most gorgeous, relaxing and just relaxing and calm vibes that he brings to fragrances. And I love this. You don't hear a lot of people talking about this anymore. When it first came out, it was really popular. You don't hear this being mentioned anymore. But this is a unisex herbal fragrance, and it has notes of chamomile, bitter almond, musk, jasmine, sandalwood, cedar, vanilla, and it's just very unique. And it's soft, it's spring. It's very springy. It's like walking through the doors of a spa. You know how when you come from the outside and you go into the spa doors, the air conditioner hits you, and then your nose picks up on the most calming and herbal notes in the atmosphere. And that's what this smells like to me. Out of all of the collection here, I think this most represents a spa. It's transformational. It feels utterly clean. Just, you know, when you walk in a spa and you get the white robe, this is the vibe that I get from this. This is just so calming. It gives you the ambiance. It gives you the olfactory journey of just calmness. And that's why I love this. And I like the journey that it takes me on. Again, this here is Gucci Memoire d'un Odeur by Gucci. And again, it's reminiscent of the bottle here, the color of this bottle. All right, so next is honorable mentions, and I really have no clue why these two fragrances were discontinued. It's a shame. But the first one here is Acqua Allegoria Coconut Fizz, and this just smells like coconut water. Just picture yourself on the beach and you're hot, you smell the sand, you smell the water, you smell the beach, and some guy comes up to you with a fresh coconut with a straw in the middle, and that's what this reminds me of. It's just a beautiful splash of coconut. It's not too much coconut. It just smells like coconut water. This is gorgeous and so refreshing. It's calming. I love wearing this in the high heat, and it just reminds me of the color of the juice with the light blue, if you can see it. But this here is such a shame that they discontinued this. And this here is Acqua Allegoria Coconut Fizz. Another honorable mention that I hate they discontinued. This here is B Balenciaga Skin by Balenciaga, and the bottle looks like this. This was also discontinued. This has green tea, bergamot, violet leaf, lily of the valley, peony, musk, mallow, vetiver, and cashmere wood. I remember a coworker told me about her favorite fragrance, and she just, the way she lit up when she talked about this fragrance, I just went on a witch hunt looking for it. And when I found it, I was so shocked because it was hard. It was a very challenging scavenger hunt, but I saw it and I snatched it up, and everything that she described it to be was dead on. This fragrance is beautiful. It smells like skin, but most of all, it is that light peony in here that I love. Peony is one of my favorite notes, and it has a hint of sweetness from that dewy peony in here, and I enjoy the light musk. I wear this. This wears on me all day long. I get whiffs of it later on in the day. When I smell this, I think of pastel colors, just beautiful light blue, light greens, light yellows. If those had a scent memory of, you know, if pastel colors had a scent, that's what this would be. Just the greenness, the sweetness, that violet leaf in here, but it is the light peony, and it just smells like your skin. I think it's like you just got out of the shower and you're sitting in front of a bouquet of peonies, and you smell the musk from the skin and the light sweetness from the peony, and that's what you get. This is gorgeous, and it is just a darn shame that they discontinued this. All right, guys, that concludes my lineup. I hope you enjoyed this. Get yourselves some time to go to a spa, and if not, one of these fragrances will bring back memories and give you that spa-like vibe. I really appreciate you joining me. It was a blast picking these fragrances out of my collection. I had the most fun, and I want to say thank you for your support. And if you are watching my video and you haven't subscribed, then what are you waiting for? Go on and subscribe. Thank you so much, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.